At its core, friendship provides us with psychological support and stability, which is essential for navigating the unpredictable and often turbulent nature of life. In a world that is full of uncertainty, hardship, and personal conflict, friendships serve as vital anchors that help stabilize us and give us the psychological foundation to deal with adversity. Whether it is a personal crisis, stress at work, or emotional turmoil, supportive, reliable friends can be the difference between life and death. When life becomes overwhelming, it is easy to feel lost or isolated, especially if we try to face difficulties alone. Human beings are not meant to be solitary creatures, and no matter how independent or self-reliant we may believe ourselves to be, we all need a network of support. This is where friendship plays a crucial role. The value of having people who are emotionally invested in your well-being cannot be overstated. Psychological comfort that a friend provides is not a luxury, but a necessary component of mental health. A friend in times of hardship offers the kind of support that helps buffer the impact of negative events. They offer a sounding board for our frustrations, a mirror to reflect on our thoughts, and sometimes even a fresh perspective that helps us see things more clearly. For instance, having someone to talk to when you are struggling is a simple thing. This may seem like a small thing, but it is incredibly powerful. When we share our burdens with others, we take a weight off our own shoulders. Bottling up emotions, especially during stressful times, can be incredibly damaging. It often leads to increased anxiety, depression, and a sense of being overwhelmed. But when we have friends who listen, who allow us to express our feelings without judgment, the act of verbalizing our emotions has a therapeutic effect. This is because, in many ways, we are able to understand our own thoughts better when we articulate them to someone else. Often our friends do not need to offer solutions or answers. Just the act of being heard and understood is enough to provide a sense of relief and clarity. Moreover, friends offer not only emotional comfort, but also practical support. The psychological benefits of friendship are intertwined with the practical help friends can provide in times of need, whether it is help with a hard project, advice on a complicated decision, or material support in a crisis. Friends are the ones who most often lighten the load. What is especially valuable about friendship, however, is the genuine nature of this support. Friends give help not because they have to, but because they care. This is why friendship is much more than mere companionship. It is about trust, loyalty, and respect and mutuality. These elements create a bond between people which is reliable and will not go astray. For this reason, friendship stands as a stabilizing factor in our lives. No doubt it does so in times of adversity, but stability can also be sought in the principle of consistency and structure. Your friends are there, allowing that sense of continuity in your life. There is so much chaos in the world today, and in this, the continuity of having friends is very important. Life is often full of uncertainties. Change is a constant. We all face periods of transition. Sometimes it's moving to a new city, starting a new job, or that personal transformation. Friends are there to act as an anchor in those times. Their presence offers a familiar, stable point of reference that enables us to hold on to our sense of self in the flux of life. This stability is not just about having someone to rely on during the tough times. It's also about having a steady, supportive presence that helps guide you through the uncertainties of change. What's more, the psychological support that friends provide is reciprocal. Obviously, friendship cannot be one way. It is always give and take support and energy and care to one another. With you taking that much support from your friends, they do get something back as well. This gives a responsible nature to friendship and also makes it more of commitment. You were not only benefiting because of your friends' support, but you were also contributing towards them feeling good. This mutual sharing of care cements a connection that is strong and profound and strengthens the security of both persons. The best way to foster interdependence between two people which is always at the very heart of a healthy relationship, is to be in a position where you can provide support to someone when they're going through hard times, just as they could do for you. Such dependence is what keeps a person on the growth trajectory. Probably paradoxically, it only makes you stronger to allow yourself to be vulnerable and to help by asking for aid from other people. We all live in bad circumstances that none of us can independently deal with. However, by turning to others, we not only get the immediate support, but also many lessons about trust, empathy, and the need for human ties. In a way, friendship makes you face your vulnerability and grow in ways that isolation never can. Apart from giving us psychological stability, friendship also encourages the handling of stress. Life is stressful and there are no ways out. Be it work, family, relationship, or health, we face stresses from them all. However, research has shown that strong social connections can significantly reduce the harmful effects of stress. Having friends to turn to when facing stressful situations acts as a buffer against the negative impacts of stress. Friends offer emotional support and help us reframe our stressors in a more manageable light. They can offer perspective, reminding us of our strengths and capabilities. And they can offer strategies for coping with stress. This is why friendships are so crucial to our overall well-being. They provide us with a support system that helps us better navigate the complexities of life. In moments of psychological hardship, whether it's depression, anxiety, or existential doubt, friends also offer something that goes beyond simply talking through problems. They reflect who we are. When we are fighting with our self-worth, when we are lost or confused about our place in the world, friends offer a mirror that shows us not only who we are at that moment, but who we can be. They remind us of our potential and our value when we cannot see it ourselves. This is perhaps one of the most valuable aspects of friendship, the way it encourages personal growth and resiliency. Friends provide that kind of unconditional acceptance, where all one can do is grow, evolve, and become better individuals. It is not just through words of encouragement, but staying strong and accessible as consistent, reliable, and trustworthy presences. So, when we talk about the importance of friendship, it is not just a pleasant addition to life, it is a psychological necessity. Friendships provide the emotional support and stability that allow us to confront the challenges of life with resilience. They give us a sense of consistency in an ever-changing world, and they help us become more self-aware, more empathetic, and more capable individuals. We are social beings, and our connections with others are basic to our mental and emotional well-being. It is through these connections that we find the wherewithal to face trouble and the impetus to keep moving forward, no matter what the case may be. Perfection in friendship may mean not only emotional comfort, but also an amazing mechanism for growth and accountability. If we are to take our lives seriously, if we are to strive for something better, we need people around us who will challenge us, not let us wallow in mediocrity. Far too many people go through life surrounded by those who tell them what they want to hear, who indulge their worst impulses, who allow them to settle into comfort zones that do not encourage growth. The problem with this is simple. You will not grow if no one ever challenges you. Otherwise, you'll never get any better if nobody ever makes you accountable for what you do, how you act, or for what you want to achieve. In this sense, friendship becomes a double-edged sword. It provides emotional support in times of need, but pushes people to become better when they don't want to confront their weaknesses. Accountability is one of the most powerful tools for self-improvement. You need friends who care about your well-being and your success, people who are willing to call you out when you are not doing your best. They do not tell you what you want to hear. They help you see the blind spots in your thinking, in your behavior, and in your actions. The best friends are those who make you uncomfortable in the right ways. They are the ones that bring the truth of what you do into focus and remind you of what is bound to come next. That doesn't mean they break you down or wrongly criticize you, but it means they push you to be aware of reality. the way it really is. They make you take responsibility for your actions, to reflect deeply on your behavior, and to ask difficult questions about the choices you are making. The greatest gift that a true friend can give is not just sympathy or support, but the courage to confront your own flaws and weaknesses. This is where true growth begins. It is through the uncomfortable confrontation of your own limitations that you make the most meaningful progress. But it is not just a matter of being challenged in a negative sense. It is also about being encouraged to take action. Friends can be motivators, people who push you toward your goals, even when you lack the confidence or motivation to do it on your own. The simple truth is that man has an innate tendency toward laziness, toward procrastination, and toward the avoidance of difficulty. How easy it is to run from what is hard when no one is there to force him. It simply isn't so, however, that success is obtained by only those who take consistent action even when they feel like not doing so. And it's here that friendship proves beneficial. True friends remind you of your potential and urge you to get up whenever you fall. They celebrate small progress. If you surround yourself with people who believe in your ability to succeed, it makes it much easier to keep going even when the path ahead is daunting. A good friend believes in you when you don't believe in yourself. That's invaluable support. It's most important when your goals are big and require extended periods of dedication. The journey to any goal is rarely a smooth one. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt and frustration, but friends that hold you accountable are the ones who remind you why you began, who remind you of the bigger picture. They help you focus on your goals and maintain a perspective when progress seems to have stalled or never happened. It helps you press through times of doubt and keeps you moving when the outcome appears uncertain. Accountability in friendship cultivates the disciplines needed for long-term success. It keeps you from getting sucked into quitting when things get difficult. In return, when friends will not allow you to give up, they remind you of your responsibilities and push you on to take the next step forward. You have a much greater chance of being on track. Another aspect that promotes personal development in friendship is the mutual sharing of ideas and perspectives. True friends challenge each other's assumptions, forcing the other person to think critically about and question the beliefs one holds. This is vital for growth, and nobody has all the answers, and one of the most powerful things you can do is engage in conversations that push you beyond your current way of thinking. Your friends will offer perspectives that you may not have otherwise considered. They would challenge you, forcing you to question your beliefs and to make your worldview as broad as it can be. This kind of intellectual challenge builds a well-rounded, nuanced knowledge of the world. It also prevents you from falling into that trap of becoming stagnant intellectually, while encouraging you to keep learning and growing and eventually evolving as an individual. This aspect of friendship, intellectual growth, is not limited to just providing constructive criticism or challenging each other's ideas. It also involves the mutual sharing of knowledge and experiences. The more diverse your group of friends, the more opportunities you have for growth. Each friend brings something unique to the table, whether it's a different skill set, perspective, or life experience. This diversity is important in opening your own horizons and exposing you to new ideas and opportunities. Learning from your friends, you expand your own horizons and increase your capacity to understand and engage with the world in a more meaningful way. Of course, not all friendships will encourage growth. Some friendships will actively hinder your development. Surrounding oneself with people who are complacent, people who avoid having to have hard conversations, or even people who facilitate bad habits, often leads to stagnation. Such friendships may help you escape addressing your own failings and live comfortably in your ignorance and complacency. Choose your friends very wisely, and you will always find them motivating you towards self-improvement. The friends who will encourage your growth are those who challenge you to be better, who refuse to let you settle for mediocrity, and who hold you accountable for your actions. They are not necessarily the ones who make you feel good all the time, but they are the ones who make you a better person in the long run. The connection with friendship and accountability is based on trust. Trust is the beginning of any actual relationship. While you cannot take someone accountable when you don't trust them at all, as well as how they cannot have you accountable once they don't believe in you being able to improve. It needs to reach a deep point of mutual trust and respect. Then friendship would become a facilitator for the betterment of personality. You need to have confidence that your friends are truly in your corner. And you also need people to challenge you to make you a better individual. Similarly, your friends should trust that you would take their comments seriously and be an improved version of yourself. This aspect of mutual trust and accountability makes friendship such a wonderful tool for personal development. In a nutshell, it isn't just an emotional support, but at the same time, it is a great personal development catalyst. It is within such friendships that we are challenged, made to be accountable, and prompted to strive for something greater. Such relationships help one grow, push oneself beyond their limitations, and build the resilience required to achieve meaningful success. Without friends who hold us accountable, who encourage us to do better, and who help us reflect on our actions, we would be much less likely to reach our full potential. Therefore, it is essential that we cultivate friendships that are based not just on shared interests or comfort, but on a mutual commitment to growth and improvement. Only then can we truly become the best versions of ourselves. The influence of friends on your life trajectory cannot be overstated. The people you choose to surround yourself with can have a profound impact on every aspect of your existence, your personal development, your professional success, and your overall well-being. This is not just some abstract idea or philosophical notion. It's a reality rooted in psychological and sociological truths. The people who are closest to you shape how you view the world, how you navigate the challenges you face, and how you define success. In fact, the very direction your life takes is often influenced by the people you choose to associate with. This is why it is so important to select your friends wisely and to be conscious of the influence they have on you. The influence of friends on your life is not limited to the immediate or obvious effects. Yes, friends offer emotional support, and yes, they provide companionship and laughter, but the impact they have extends far beyond these superficial benefits. Friends have the power to shape your mindset, your habits, and your worldview. They influence the decisions you make, the goals you set, and the values you hold dear. This, in other words, is affecting your life track. It becomes more apparent, especially when the issue of career and personal achievement is involved. The friendships that you have established and the level of support offered by your friends can make or break you for success. Indeed, one of the most notable ways in which friends influence the trajectory of life is by creating goals and aspirations. People who spend time with their friends who are focused, driven, and ambitious are far more likely to share similar values and behaviors. The people you spend the most time with will have a powerful influence on your own mindset and the way you approach your life's goals. If you surround yourself with people who have a growth-grouped mindset, who are constantly striving to improve themselves, who are focused on achieving their personal and professional goals, you will inevitably adopt some of those qualities as well. This is not just a matter of motivation, it's a matter of environment. If you are constantly surrounded by people who push you to be better, who challenge you to think bigger, and who encourage you to take action, then these behaviors within your life will be much more likely. However, if you spend the bulk of your time with complacent people, people who have no ambition, who cannot seem to desire to do more than just exist, then eventually their mindset will rub off you. And next thing you know, you are living up to the expectations and behaviors of those around you. If your friends are okay with mediocrity, you may begin to feel that it's acceptable for you to settle as well. That is why it's so important to choose your friends carefully. The people you associate with have the power to either elevate you or drag you down. If you want to be successful, if you want to achieve your goals, you must surround yourself with people who have the same drive and ambition as you. You must seek out friends who will challenge you to do more, be more, and achieve more. Your friends not only shape your goals and ambitions, but also how you approach obstacles and setbacks. Life presents numerous challenges that sometimes make it hard to keep looking forward when things are not going well. But friends can bring their perspective and the needed support to allow you to push forward. When you face setbacks, your friends can remind you of your strengths, their advice, and a fresh approach on the situation. They help you reframe your thinking and help you come up with solutions that you never would have considered on your own. And this is very important because how you react to challenges often determines your future success. If you are surrounded by friends who are resilient, who face obstacles with determination and grace, you are much more likely to adopt those same qualities. In fact, it is one of the most important personality traits that you can cultivate. And it is very much something that can be encouraged by the people you choose to surround yourself with. Now imagine this. If you are surrounded by complaining friends who give up at the first sign of difficulty and who shy away from challenges, you are likely to pick up those behaviors. You may begin to think that the obstacles are insurmountable and that success is impossible. However, if you surround yourself with friends who embrace challenges, who learn from their failures, and who push through adversity, you will adopt a mindset of perseverance. You will begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable roadblocks. This is a shift in mindset that will determine success, as it will allow you to walk through tough situations with confidence and resilience. Your friends have the power to shape how you view obstacles, and this, in turn, shapes how you respond to them. In addition, friends play a significant role in shaping your values and beliefs. The people you spend the most time with dictate your worldview, your ethical framework, and what matters in life. If you are spending time with people who are compassionate, who value honesty and integrity, and who are committed to making the world a better place, then you are going to reflect those values. Your friends will act as role models in demonstrating what living a purposeful, meaningful, and authentic life is all about. Their actions and words will inspire you to pursue your values much more vigorously. However, when you hang around people with shallow values, no sense of direction, or destructive habits, you begin to take on those attitudes as well. The mindset of the people surrounding you can make life very easy to get caught up in. When constantly exposed to negative, shallow, or self-serving behaviors, such behaviors tend to become you too, making you believe that you need to adapt to a new pattern. This is why intentional relationships are so important. These are the people that define who you are, how you view issues, and what you believe in. To live with integrity and purpose and meaning is living with friends that share the same stuff with you. Lastly, the people you go out to ensure that become your friends have an influence not only on your individual development, but also on your professional development. Many of the best people in this world have related their success partially to the connection they had established with others. The networks of friends, colleagues, and mentors you establish provide doors for different opportunities, allow you to draw on advice valuable for you, and provide you access to resources not available otherwise. The power of friendship extends from the emotional and personal space to influencing your career and life trajectory. Appropriate friendships will help stretch your horizons, open new doors for you, and give you the support you need to take risks and do what you love. Friends may open new opportunities, help you negotiate career challenges, and give you feedback on how to groom your ideas and strategies. When you have a network of supportive, ambitious, and like-minded people, you are bound to succeed in whatever career, personal endeavors, or creative projects you are invested in. In conclusion, whom you surround your life with basically determines the type of life and direction you get. The character of the persons you associate determines your mindset. It determines goals, values, and how best to handle pressure. They would determine your rate of growth, individually and professionally, or even your wholesome well-being as a person. This is actually why it's so important to decide on the sort of friendships one wants to acquire. Seek out people who challenge you, who inspire you, who support you in your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. Surround yourself with individuals who push you to think bigger, who help you navigate obstacles, and who encourage you to live with integrity and purpose. The quality of your friendships will ultimately determine the trajectory of your life. So choose wisely and invest in the relationships that will help you grow, succeed, and thrive. When we talk about the profound effect that friendships can have on your life, we are acknowledging something that goes far beyond mere companionship. The true depth of friendship is realized when we understand that the people closest to us can either elevate us to new heights or anchor us in a place of complacency. It is not simply the good times and the shared moments of joy that matter most in friendships, although these are important. What really shapes your life, what really impacts your journey toward meaning and fulfillment, is how your friends help you navigate adversity, how they push you to think critically, and how they challenge you to become more than you thought possible. Friendship in its most constructive form serves as a catalyst for your personal development. This isn't just a nicety, a pleasant addition to life. It's a fundamental part of the process of becoming who you are meant to be. We are all, to varying degrees, blind to our own weaknesses and blind to the ways in which we fall short of our potential. This is where a true friend comes in. They point out these blind spots to you, sometimes in more direct ones. But the key is that they do this because they care for your well-being and your potential. They don't want you to settle for mediocrity. They want you to be the best version of yourself, and they will push you toward that goal, often in ways that are uncomfortable. But it's important to recognize that this kind of challenge is not always easy to accept. The first response to criticism is often defensiveness or denial. When we are faced with something about ourselves that we don't like, it's instinctive to reject it, to ignore it, or to rationalize it away. But that response is the very thing that keeps us stuck. It's the thing that prevents us from growing, from becoming who we are truly capable of being. And this is why friendship, when done right, is such a powerful tool for transformation. Your true friends will not permit you to get stuck in your own self-delusion. Your friends will enable you to confront the uncomfortable truth, but to tear down and build something stronger and better in its place. This is one of the primary purposes of friendship, aiding to help you in navigating this rugged journey of self-improvement. You may think that you have all the answers, but the reality is that none of us does. We all have areas in which we fall short, areas where we are blind to our own limitations. If you have those kinds of friends who would want to connect with you at that deep, honest level, people willing to say when you're wrong, what you are missing, what you should do better, then your ability to grow is limitless. The most important thing you can develop is the willingness to receive feedback, even when it is uncomfortable. And the best friends will help you cultivate it. But beyond that, friendship helps you clarify your own thoughts, understand your own goals, and define the meaning in your life. Many people walk in life without ever taking the time to ask themselves the tough questions. What do I really want from life? What kind of person do I want to be? What kind of legacy am I leaving behind? Not easy questions to answer. They tend to be shunned because it makes us see that we probably are not being as intentional with our lives. But when you have close friends, friends who understand you and who actually care about your growth, they will help unpack these questions for you. They will challenge you to think about life from a different perspective, to question assumptions, and reach for more than mere success. A friend who challenges you in this manner is not merely offering advice, but is really helping you shape the story of your life. They force your purpose and articulate what truly matters. They ask the tough questions, and they do so because they know that your answers will not only give you direction, but they will also define the person you become in the process. Friends who encourage you to reflect on the big picture, who push you to articulate your values and your goals, are invaluable. Without them, it is easy to lose the line of sight over the minutiae of daily life, be distracted by frivolous concerns, or drift without direction. Friendship allows you to check your course, see where you are headed, and make adjustments when necessary. Another very important aspect of how friendship affects your life is the identity you will portray. Identity is definitely not something in which we arbitrarily decide. In fact, the identity of which I speak and of which everybody speaks is in great part established through the relationship with the significant others, Surrounded by and associated with constant people who hold virtues you hold dear, like integrity, benevolence, toughness, and intellectual curiosity, that's how your character will go about developing along the same vein. People are social creatures, and we tend to be like whomever we spend most of our time with. If you really want to improve and become the kind of person you aspire to be, then surround yourself with people who are already living that way. It's the same with friendship. A good friend will not only encourage and support you, but also model the behavior you want to adapt to in life. In this way, friendship becomes an informal apprenticeship. You learn from the actions, the decisions, and the behaviors of those around you. Their example is a guide on how you should behave, how you should approach challenges, and how you should handle success. The best friends are those who live in a way that makes you want to be better, inspire you to think more deeply, act more responsibly, and take more meaningful action. But what is important here is that one should not forget that friendship is not only about receiving guidance or learning from others, but also about what you bring to the table. A healthy friendship is reciprocal. It's not about what you take from the relationship, but also what you give. Being a good friend means you're willing to support others in their own growth, challenge them when necessary, and offer them the same honesty and accountability you expect for yourself. In that sense, it's a two-way street. Mutual growth, mutual responsibility. You build an atmosphere where everyone you associate with will have the possibility of reaching their full potential when you build friendships that demand personal growth and accountability. These relationships do not just make better lives for you, but for everyone involved with them. These are relationships that bring a culture of excellence, being there for each other in thick and thin, supporting each other's dreams and aspirations, and helping each other to navigate the inevitable hills of life. Lastly, do not forget that life is tough. There are too many obstacles and challenges which everybody has to go through in his or her lifetime. It is amidst such adversities that friendship shines out at its greatest. A real friend is one who stands by you when things get tough, one who supports you in the darkest of times, one who helps you pick up the pieces when everything seems to fall apart. These are the friendships that last, the ones that give you strength and stability in times of crisis. They are the ones that help you stay grounded when the world feels chaotic and unpredictable. Friendship is not just a support system that provides emotional encouragement. It also acts as an essential catalyst for personal growth, accountability, and success. The people you surround yourself with affect your life path. They can influence how you approach challenges, how you define success, and how you understand the meaning of your life. In the best friendships, you will be challenged, supported, and guided toward becoming the best version of yourself. They hold you accountable for your actions, push you to be better, and help you navigate life's most difficult questions. In this sense, friendship is not just a luxury, it is a vital component of a well-lived life.